The Incas were the most important culture, and they were kind of the melting pot of many Inca cultures. And all the knowledge that for thousands of years we developed, it is going to be represented at Machu Picchu. That's the first thing that I will tell you. The second one, I'm sure that you enjoy the food.
Yes, we have.
Food was delicious.
Peru has been chosen as the best touristic destination, culinary destination of the world,
It was.
in the World Travel Awards that are kind of the Oscar. And so many years, since 2012 until now. And the third one that I will tell you, maybe not for all of you, but at least for Margaret, pisco sours.
Whiskey sour.
Those are going to be the main three ideas what make us proud of our country.
And number 4, the people.
The
Yeah.
people.
The people.
Very nice.
Yeah.
People very important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. I love that. I love that. Thank
And we
you so
had
much.
guinea
Yeah.
pig last night too.
And we met the chef.
The chef,
The
yeah.
chef. Yeah, we met the chef.
Peruvian chef?
Peruvian chef, yeah.
Cruise ship.
Cruise ships.
Yeah,
Served in Royal Caribbean.
Royal
He
Caribbean.
was a Royal Caribbean chef.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Royal Caribbean
Royal
Cruise.
Caribbean.
That is perfect. I'm happy that you had a good time in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And today, as you know, that the food is going to be good as well.
Yeah.
And now I will let Pamela explain you something about the main place that we have for you to see.
Okay.
Pamela, you're a professional.
Like my colleague, thank you for choosing my country as your place for your vacation, your destination. We hope that you can carry with you just more than the experience with you in your heart. Okay, so thank you for choosing my country. Let me tell to you something about Machu Picchu. The first things, the most important is to know what Machu Picchu means. No? Machu, it's in Quechua language, our native language, means all. Picchu, we traduce now as a mountain, the old mountain, but it's not the real name put in by my ancestor when they decided to use that picture. We don't know exactly what was the real name of Machu Picchu. The local people decided to put the name. It still continues the custom of my ancestor because they believe in reciprocity.
Aini, yeah.
Here we have an old mountain, it's located behind of you. So we have the complement of this mountain, and it's starting to appear now.
Yeah.
The famous Huayna Picchu.
In the background.
Right
Why not
in
Pichu?
front of you, Julie.
Remember the name of the flower? Huayna. Huayna young. Forever. Yes, forever young. Huayna Picchu, a young mountain. Okay. We have the old mountain and
Old
the
and young.
mountain. Always in pair. Always in balance. Okay, that was the most important thing. For the local people, still now, they believe in the whole religious as also. Probably I have this symbol sharing the culture of my ancestors, but probably when we conclude our excursion, I probably say to you that God blessing to you all the time. So we share our old religion as also syncretism. So Machu Picchu was discovered in 1911. 11? Yes. Approximately 111 years ago,
yeah.
not far away. So one professor, the name Hiram Bingham.
Hiram Bingham, yeah.
Hiram Bingham teach history, geography at the Yale University.
Yeah, I watched it on YouTube.
He decided to explore South America, trying to find how difficult was the independence of Peru. He wants to make the way of Simón Bolívar. But that person in 20th century starting to hear a lot about the Inca civilizations, and he changed. His curiosity now is starting to study the Inca civilization, and he wants to study using the last period of the Incas. He wants to know where the last Inca kings decide to live when the Spaniards comes. He trying to ask, for example, for the place called Vilcabamba. It's another archaeological site. From here, it's approximately 5 hours by car, days walking. Okay, so he wants to know Vilcabamba. he asked about Vilcabamba at our university in Cusco City. Where is Vilcabamba located? We asked him. And our rector of the university said to him, Vilcabamba is located to the northwest of Cusco City. Just join the river, and when you change the river with the color black, you must walk it up, and in the top of the mountain was located Vilcabamba. But on a way we have a city in the top of the mountain that the local people said to me, we have rooms. If you want to, you can see it. That rector can speak, the discoverer of Macchu Pitchu, but now he brings all the information to Bingen. What about to the local people living closer? Where is located now the hotel, Belmont Hotel House? Two local families decide to live closer to Macchu Picchu, but never use the city of Macchu Picchu as a houses, for example. Why? Because they all the time respect that place. Local people living here all the time, they know about Macchu Picchu. We have rooms at the top of the mountain.
Oh, okay.
My grandfather has his father, grandfather, and usually they carry products to the Sacred Valley for change products. Corn or coca leaf, for example. We have coca leaf here. So I usually think when I was child that my grandfather explored before all these people here. When I asked him to my grandfather, Father, you know Macchu Picchu? He said, no, don't go there. The spirit of our ancestors living there.
Oh.
For respect the local people, just keep it that special place in the top of the mountain. But Hiram Bingham was a science professor. He knows that he can change his life with this new discovery. When he comes for first time in 24 July in 1911, he met one person, one farmer, asking if it's true that we have rings here, and decided to climb. Met with that two local families, and one boy was the first guy that we have here. Pablito showed Bingen all these rooms, but it's not look like you are taking a photos now. Macchu Picchu was completely covered by the vegetation. Yes. But someone with that idea, science, decided to take many photos, coming back to US, show these photos to the Yale University and the National Geographic companies also. They decide to explore here. Our government's giving to him the authorization.
Permission, yeah.
Permission.
Here, diggings, wars, explorations, many things. And it's starting to understand better how my ancestors decide to live at the top of the mountains. Many people come here, it's not easy, but when they arrive, the first questions that they say, why the Incas decide to live far away from Cusco City
Yeah.
and on top of the mountains? Bingans and all the signs, all the scholars, they probably make the same question. The people decide to live here. They need to know the period. Use 14 caribou in the bones that they found around the whole Macchu Picchu, because we don't have cemetery here, and they can understand that Macchu Picchu was occupied in the 15th century for 14 years to 15 years. Our night Inca king called Pachacute, in his period, Macchu Picchu was occupied for first time, but probably he just seen the first planning of Macchu Picchu. Then his son, his grandson, continued with that work. And they decide to live for what? For one important thing, for the human. The time.
The time.
All the time, we need to control the day. For example, today probably you wake up at 5 and then at 6 drinking your coffee, you know, at 7 the meeting on will be a little bit, you know. So all the time we are planning how we can extend our time. The same thing happened with that person in the 14th century. They want to know about the reasons of
Start where you
And
right now.
against the Cusco City and the Sacred Valley, we have one important thing here. Remember in Cusco, you can see mountains to the left side and a right side. In the Sacred Valley, what happened the same? Mountains to the left side and a right side. But in Machu Picchu now. In Machu Picchu, all the mountains are around. If we have that one, we can see easier how the sun is moving. Because not always the sun appears from the same point to the east. The sun is moving. How many full moons can passing to see the sun coming back again to the first part? And they need to planning, farming, religious activities, and trying to understand the sky, the stars, the moon, and the sun. What is better to practice astronomy? At the top of the
High
For
altitude.
that reason, Machu Picchu probably was using as a sacred place because they can get a relation with the sky. It's not easy living to here because here we have two seasons. Rainy season and it's so hot, and a dry season. And we don't have a lot of space to make possible farming. How can I obtain my food here? They planning many entrances to Machu Picchu for carry food here. First of all, probably in Machu Picchu live just the population starting to build the Machu Picchu. Then the royal people starting to occupy the city. Probably they planning one neighborhood first, and then the other temples in Machu Picchu because they were polytheists. They live in many gods, and they need to concentrate it here. Politics, religion, economy, everything. A polyfunctional place is Machu Picchu. If we have many functions here, more sacred is the place. Against the probably European mentality, just the temple was the most important. But here now, the Andean people, when we have many functions for one thing, that is sacred. They believe different. Why they decide to live here until the Spaniards comes to conquest us. Why? We are starting to suffer problems. The administrators of Machu Picchu probably isn't carry food to here. Anybody takes accounts of Machu Picchu, and for that reason Machu Picchu was abandoned before the Spaniards come. When the Spaniards arrived in Cusco City in 1533, they are starting to change the religious mentality and starting to change our architecture. Everything to represent religious architecture was changed, and then starting to build temples. Imagine the last churches, imagine the last people to spend time here, that everything can change, and they still working here. They decide to say nothing because they know that his works can be destroyed just for the ideologies. For that reason, Machu Picchu was to be a sacred place. And close to 400 years, Machu Picchu was abandoned and just protected by the nature. And now it is not just our city, it's yours too. It's a human patrimony. Okay, so Irving, let's continue with this history. Well, I hope
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I get in trouble. I don't know what to say. Well, after this first explanation that Pamela gave you, I'm sure you know more or less what were the reasons that encouraged Pachacuti, Inca King, in order to do this place here. And now, after the speech, there is an easy question for you. What makes Machu Picchu unique?
Unique?
We know that Cusco was the capital.
It's
we know
surrounded
that.
by mountains.
Surrounded by mountains.
I gotta tell you that just 40 miles to the west here, there is another beautiful and amazing place surrounded by mountains as well. It is Vilcabamba, the last stronghold. What else? 14 people here.
It's how the place is built is just amazing.
Well, more or less, yes, but something really easy. what makes this unique? Well, we cannot compare with probably Ollantaytambo, even Cusco or Sacsayhuaman or Vilcabamba.
It's isolated.
It's
Very isolated.
close.
Spiritual, no.
It's on the top of the mountain.
Spanish have never found it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
The Spaniards never found it.
Yeah.
Spaniards never found it.
Yeah.
That's probably the reason why they built this place.
This is very special.
No, they didn't know the Spanish were coming.
They didn't
Yeah.
have any pressure of time.
Yeah.
As Pamela said, they planned the whole idea of this area. For sure they have architects and engineers, but they didn't have pressure on time. They didn't know that the Spanish were coming. More or less than 1540s, the people abandoned the site. Nobody really knows where they go, but what we know is that the Spanish never found it. If we have information about the site, it comes after Hiram Bingham. Hiram Bingham came the first time in 1811, and after that started the investigations. And so far, they have just speculations and hypotheses, guesses, theories. No one knows the real thing.
What's their goal in Machu Picchu?
Good question. In 1998, just one archaeologist have found one bracelet of gold, and it is not even pure gold. It is 45% of gold. The only one have found here. Hiram Bingham records says that he never found gold, and no weapon here.
No weapons.
All over, like Cusco, Sacred Valleys, even Vilcabamba weapons, but here they have never found weapons.
Okay, I let my imagination go wild. And this was where they studied the stars and the moons, and they could tell how the future was going to be, their planting, what to do. So they would send all their educated people to study this and to see what the crops and what their future is going to be, to pray for it and stuff like that.
I think Mario did his duty before coming. Because Mario, that is one of the theories that are more acceptable about the site. Why we know that? Because you know, when we were kids, we were babies, we were going to drink water a lot. And every single place, all over United States, all over Peru, will have a different pH in the water. And now, with the technology, John Verano from Yale University, anthropologist, was able to study that pH in the water. And he realizes that the people who were buried here didn't grow up here. They came from some other places. And it was 174 skeletons, by the way.
Oh,
At first they thought they were all women, but they're not.
This is Hiram Bingham's theory. We all talk about Hiram Bingham.
Yes.
His book is the first one published in 1948, The Lost City of the Incas, Macchu Pitchu, with 3 theories. Now they're gone. We don't believe in those theories because now the technology proves something else. The people here were mainly, well, actually 51% women and 49% men, and they were all adults coming from different places here. For what? That's probably the thing. It's
Scientific
can
and
be kind of
educational.
University. Not just astronomy, as Pamela said. Can be those terraces with no irrigation system, one growing season per year. What they are going to do here? Geographically, we're located between the Andes and the jungle. This is going to be the perfect place to use as a lab.
Yeah.
As a lab?
Laboratory.
Laboratory.
As a laboratory.
Planting, what grows better, different potatoes and stuff, the corn.
Land and then makes evaluation. It's not the same lime in Cusco City, in the Sacred Valley, the loud jungle. The pH of this, like the water, the pH is also of the land, change. Imagine the evaluation. If I put this seed of corn here, that usually grows up in the Sacred Valley, how is changed with that temperature? How many products can I adapt it here and use that area, the low jungle, not just astronomy, as a farming activities, but also was evaluated here using the comparison. It's not the same weather in Argentina, it's not the same weather in Ecuador. They are fine in all of these areas and they need to make the evaluation. If they make the comparison of these things, with a new institution. Machu Picchu look as a university. Here, probably Machu Picchu isn't have families living together, not families. We have common areas where we found ash. If we found ash, probably one year prepare the food for the people who work here. But the houses doesn't have ash. If we found ash in every house in Machu Picchu, we can imagine one lady with a husband, with a child. That is not happening here. Machu Picchu was used probably for the young people and the smaller people in the Inca time. And according to the architecture, we know now that the noble people, the royalty, live in this kind of construction. And what about the people who comes every day to build the Machu Picchu because they never ending the build Machu Picchu? So all the people live around of Machu Picchu. Can you see in the middle of these trees
Yes.
a line?
Yes.
So in 2016, our archaeologists from here, they make a new study here and found evidence that common houses, people live and come in every day to build. Probably for you tourists it's difficult to climb here, but someone makes every day the same action, they have that ability.
Yeah.
Many people come every day and the Inca must do first ladies to cooking for them because they are working for our king. That was happening here.
The modern cafeteria.
We're climbing that. See people there. Are we going there?
Macchu Pitchu.
There's a different one. There are people up there.
The name of these small people where is located the persons with a white cloth.
Yes.
The name is Huchui. Small. Pitchu mountain. The small mountain. It's not part of our circuit.
You know how this works nowadays? Probably you know, this American Society of Civil Engineers consider Machu Picchu as a masterpiece. This place, besides UNESCO World Heritage, one of the new seven wonders, is a masterpiece. The site by itself survived almost 400 years without any kind of maintenance. It was rain, it was earthquake, it was the vegetation that took over the site.
So the earthquake.
You know, the city by itself survived. Just for you to know, Julie, 60% of the stonework is underneath. 40% is what we can see.
Foundation.
Exactly. There is
Drainage.
a deep foundation here.
Drainage of
If
the
you see
water.
around, there is nothing flat. They have to build the foundation. How they are going to make it? First, a retaining wall. If this is the hillside, there is a retaining wall, and then they are going to put big stone, smaller stone, sand from the river, and then soil. The water filters. How much rain we have here? 75 inches. When in Machu Picchu rains, it actually pours. You know these cats and dogs raining? Yeah. Here we have llamas and alpacas raining. It really rains a lot.
They're still the best engineers.
And then the city survived by itself. Now, Ari, what's the biggest problem that we have now?
Tourists. Tourists.
The city survived by itself, but nowadays people is the most difficult thing to manage.
Yes.
That's why the last actually site director create those 4 different tickets. The one that we have, I told you from the beginning, is a very special one because we have chance to come here, either here or either up there. But it's a whole loop. The other 3 tickets are for the mountains: Machu Picchu, the mountain, Huayna Picchu, and Uchuy Picchu. But they don't have chance to come here, which is the main view. They are going to get into the park where the place that is going to be our exit.
What's the name of our ticket?
Yachta.
Larga.
Yachta. I will give you the tickets as a souvenir if you want.
Y-A-T-A.
L-L-A-Q-T-A.
L-A-Q.
Yachta. Yachta.
T-A. Yachta. I will give you the tickets. I have them.
it stamped in the restaurant, that ticket.
Yeah.
Oh yes, why not? I will do that. Sure, for sure. And that's why how the tourists manage for.
Like this is being maintained, cutting the grass.
And even though why we stop you here to talk, because because this is the proper place. The whole way we're gonna give you just some ideas, but here is where we can answer questions, where we can give you the speech. After is gonna be pretty hard. It's very narrow. The administration of the park want us to just go by like a museum. We cannot stay.
Yeah, I know. We cannot.
Well, I think it's a proper time now to take a picture. If you don't have questions, we can continue.
Okay. All right.